sticking with Warren Buffett. He just picked a little-known hedge fund manager to handle a significant portion of Berkshire Hathaway's investment portfolio. Joining me now by phone is Berkshire shareholder Guy Spier, who, as you may know, was one of the few people lucky enough to sit down with Warren Buffett for lunch after bidding for that in an auction, his yearly auction. Anyway, Guy, so your first take on Todd Combs, right? He's not very well known. However, does that work against him or not here?
I actually think, Betty, it works for him. I go to the Berkshire meetings every year and attend many value conferences, and I would like to think that I've met all of the people who attend those conferences, so I can say with certainty that he's never attended them. But at the same time, he's pounded out what, from the news stories, say is 34% annualized since he started.
Right.
He clearly knows what he's doing. He was in the bank regulation business before, and he's clearly a guy who likes to quietly go about his work and not interact with too many people. And so you can see why Warren Buffett would like him.
Right, right. In fact, you would think that Warren Buffett wouldn't, in some ways, want to pick anybody that everybody knows, because then the speculation would be so wild, and you know, he always does like to surprise people. But you know, no, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that also the people that are well known have gotten good in one way or another at promoting themselves or their name in one way or another. And that would, well, I don't think that Warren dislikes that specifically, but I think he generally would prefer to go with somebody who's a sort of quiet fly on the wall.
Right. Well, Todd Combs and also Betty Liu has been another name that's been put about in the press as somebody who could also steer his investment portfolio. Do you get a sense that he's lining up these two guys to take over on the investment side?
You know, he has a tough problem. The job that he loves to do is the most sensitive one at Berkshire, and the one that will determine the growth of Berkshire book value going forward long after he's not around. And the board of directors, of course, want to see that the succession plan is in place. But it's the most precious part of Berkshire, and I think that I would imagine that he has to go about doing it, while at the same time is probably reluctant to give up what he loves doing. Right. So I would imagine it's a fine balance that he has to tread.
Right. As Buffett has always said, he sings on his way to work every day.
Yeah. And then, you know, the kind of guy who does the job of capital allocation really well will tend to have most of the things that good corporate jobs can offer them anyway. And so I think that it would be hard. It's hard to find the right people for that. But at the same time, Buffett and Munger have been unusually successful at finding needles in haystacks. Right, and so
they could very well say that about Todd Combs. Just, Guy, before I let you go, though, he's going to be managing a significant portion of Berkshire's portfolio. What do you think that's going to entail?
You know, I think that as best I have seen on the Berkshire acquisitions, you can already tell what the kind of comment that would come from Buffett at the Berkshire meeting, which is that he and Munger expect Todd Combs to continue to do exactly what he's already been doing for the last 8 years, but perhaps with a little more money coming to him. And I would fully expect, he seems to be an expert in financial services firms, I would fully expect him to continue to do that. And they seem to be experts at ensuring that people's lives don't change very much after they join the Berkshire fold. Right. They want to keep that culture intact. Okay. Guy, thank you so much. Guy Spier from Aquamarine talking about Berkshire Hathaway and the new investment manager there.